What up, peeps? Welcome to the thekisscapadespodcast. I'm your host, John Telewa, aka thekissbandit. And in this show, we explore the key elements that shape our fulfilling existence, from health and well-being to financial success, meaningful relationships, and the pursuit of happiness. We cover it all. Our guests include experts, professionals, and everyday individuals who have remarkable stories to tell. Tune in to learn practical tips, gain valuable insights, and discover strategies for personal growth and transformation. Whether you're seeking to improve your health, build your wealth, enhance relationships, or find lasting happiness, we got you covered. Welcome to today's episode. So another amazing episode with a very, very special guest. A random request, but she showed up actually. So mad props to you. And thanks for coming through.
Oh, this is so sick.
But before we start off, of course, because we have a lot to talk about, just tell the people your name, what you do, and then I'll take it from there.
Okay, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Kisscapades podcast. My name is Christy Kioko, and I just moved to Kenya from Seattle, Washington.
So now, of course, I have to tell you how I bumped into your video and why I reached out to you.
Yes, tell me.
So I'm just scrolling on TikTok. Because, we're used to a lot of just random algorithm videos thrown at you. So I'm seeing somebody just talk on the mic. There's green grass somewhere. And then I was like, nothing special here. And then I had the audio quality. I was like, wait a minute.
That did it for you?
Yes. Yes. I was like, first of all, who is this who has really crisp, good audio quality? And then I go through your profile and then I'm like, oh, at least she's in Kenya. I was like, you know what? Immediately. And my request is always like, I need you on my podcast. That's it. That's it.
There was
nothing else.
There was no introduction.
Nope.
You're like, yo, I need you on my podcast.
That's it.
I was like, who is this?
And I think that's why I always after I do that, depending on how the person responds, I will know if I need that person on my podcast. They're like, you didn't even introduce yourself or anything. I'm like, I don't need this person on my podcast.
Yeah.
But somebody who knows, they already know. Because there's a reason for I reached out. It's I just saw and I was like, this is interesting. Cut to the chase. My name is so-and-so. I'm from here. No.
None of that.
I need you on my podcast. And then, okay, podcast. That's what he does. Okay, let's have the conversation from there. And of course, we did a chit chat a bit, and in less than a week, here we are recording an episode.
Here we are. Look at life.
Mad props. So of course, we have to get to your story, and you can always just share what you can and what you can't. From the video on TikTok, what I saw, it's like you are talking about just coming back to settle or figure yourself out. What exactly is that? Everybody's just trying to get a visa right now.
Yeah.
And it's a pending request that you have to wait for 12 months, 16 months.
Wow.
And 2 years.
Yeah.
Well, here's just Christy just storming back into JKIA, coming back to Kenya.
Strolling along.
Yeah. So why just come back to Kenya when so many other people are just trying to go to the States just for greener pastures or better opportunities?
Yeah.
I would love to know.
Okay. All right. So the inside scoop is I was born and raised in Seattle, Washington, and I've lived there my whole life. My parents moved to States to give me the best education in life that they could offer. And I always grew up knowing that we were going to eventually move back. My mom never saw States as her forever home. She was just there for me to also help her career because she's a nurse and to eventually move back. So she always made that known to me since I was a little girl that this is just temporary.
Really?
Yeah. Now there was times where she was going to move back sooner than now, but just the way that God had it. He had us really be patient, and it took a lot of hard work and waiting and prayer. And then she was finally able to make it happen for my family and I. So my family moved this summer. We sold our house and we moved. And for me, it happened to be at a time where I was already looking for something new, like a transition.
Oh, really?
Yeah. In Seattle, I was very much involved in the fashion and music industry.
I could see. I was like, what the hell is she thinking? Why? But go on. Sorry for interrupting.
I was doing so much there. So much. All great things. And I enjoyed it. But I'm turning 25 next year. I turned 24 this year. And I knew that once I turned 25, since I was like 8, I knew that once I turned 25, like, it's go time from there. Because I had like goals, I have dreams. And that requires a lot of hard work. And it kind of hit me this year. I'm like, this is the year for me to take time off and actually like put time into my talents and the things that I love to do, without the stresses of, working a full-time 9-to-5 job, just the stresses of being in a society where people are always constantly moving. People are watching everything you do. My life was very much in the spotlight. Like most of the people were catching up on like what I was doing, whether that's through YouTube, through Instagram, through this fashion platform that I started in Seattle. So I was on the go a lot, and I started feeling really burnt out at some point. That, and then also I had a really demanding job. So when my mom moved my siblings over first, they came first, I was met with like this gut-wrenching sadness because I am so close to my little siblings. Yeah. And I didn't realize how much I'd missed them. And I knew that this day was coming over the last like 2-3 years, but it came by so fast. And I was like, I can't, what am I supposed to do now? Like I've been an older sister, eldest daughter for so many years. What am I supposed to do?
Yeah.
So that was the first thing. And then when we started putting our house up for sale, like that was the second like realization. I'm like, dang, like life is moving and I'm going to have to find somewhere to live. I'm going to have to figure out what I need to do and or what I want to do. And I was like, but this is kind of hard right now because I haven't really had that time to think about it. And I was pursuing my passions and dreams while I was working, but I can't give it all because half of my energy was going to my job and the other things. So I was already feeling like something needs to shift. And it just so happened that the timing of all of this was so perfect. And I was able to resign from my job. And comfortably
Good God.
Yeah, comfortably
Somebody
so,
hears
though.
resignation in Kenya, they're just like...
I know. Well, it was scary. I won't lie. Like, that's a big decision to make.
Yeah.
I worked really hard to get where I was. I had gotten promoted.
What kind of job were you doing?
I was working for a company called The Real, which is the largest luxury secondary market in the world, where you can buy and sell luxury and designer goods. And
hold on. Okay. Go on.
Thank you. And so when I came out of college, I graduated with my bachelor's in business marketing and management. First job out of college was a managerial role in that company. And then that was 2 years ago, and I grew up all the way into an executive role. So by the time that I resigned this year, I was...
I don't know whether I should be celebrating or whether I'm disappointed. I don't know. But go on.
But here's the thing. Like, I'm still young, right? And I spent a lot of time building my resume to get to where I was in my career. And I knew that I could always come back to it. And there had to be a time where I had some time to be able to delve into other pieces or aspects of me and my creativity, whether that's through music or fashion. So Kenya, since I had already been coming yearly to visit.
Oh, you used to come like every, the summer bunny,
Summers,
December.
Decembers.
Okay.
Actually, the last time I was here was in January. I was here for a month.
Oh, this
this year.
Okay.
Yeah. And when I came back, I was like, oh my gosh, I need to go back. Like, there's just this this peace that I get here.
It's different, eh?
Yeah, very different, very different. And I could go more into that later, but I just really missed it. And I knew that Kenya would be the perfect place for me to have that time that I'm talking about and be able to discover myself at a deeper level. Not saying that I don't know myself, because I posted that and then someone's like, you don't know yourself? Why? What makes you think you're going to find yourself
Where
here?
have you been all these years? Yeah, exactly.
But that's not the case. I know myself well, but I never really gave myself that chance to really go hard at something that I want for me.
True.
And also discovering who I am in the process. You need time to do that. Sometimes when you have a lot of distractions in life, it's really hard. So yeah, the opportunity presented itself. I prayed about it. I got approval from God about it. And and then everything just lined up. Like everything just lined up perfectly. It's honestly just mind-blowing, like how great this experience has been for me so far. And I decided I was going to just talk about it. And
how many months has it been?
Since August. So 2, almost 3, which is so sad.
No. I mean, it's still like kind of like just enough time. Plus you still have, like you've said, you still have time. Yeah. And when it's just, you feel like there's just something more you need to tap into. That's just where you are.
Yeah.
And if your mind is not where you want to be, it's kind of useless though.
Yeah. No, I was so ready for this change. And I also was able to come and help out with my siblings getting into a new school, helping them adjust, and also helping my mom with the new house and everything, getting curtains and improving my Swahili and bargaining and all the things.
So you grew up your entire childhood just in the States?
Yeah. But I mean, like, here's the thing. I wasn't separated from my culture at all.
No. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying like you didn't know any part of Africa, but, just I'm just trying to picture, because that's just living like just a whole side of you in a whole different world and just come to a whole different, like you can notice, like the way you've said it's different, the air is different. Yeah. The people are different. And of course the hustle culture is also different.
Yeah.
And most importantly, the government is different.
Yeah. Heavy on that.
So it's just leaving a whole part of you to come into a whole different, like just community, even like the way you're talking about like with schooling and your siblings and stuff. But is it something that you're finding, I know you're enjoying it, but are you finding it difficult to adjust? Because our systems are different. If somebody tells you something's going to happen at a certain time, it's not going to happen at the same time, right? Yeah. So what kind of like what I'm talking about. Like, not so many systems are very reliable, but is that something that's kind of hard to adjust to, or you're loving it as well, probably?
I think because I've been here consistently, I've been able to get used to, there's less of a culture shock. So I've kind of gotten to understand the hard way at times how different things can be. And I think now it's a little bit more, I have different expectations for things. I know what to expect in certain situations, and there also are situations I don't know what to expect. So yeah, I mean, I haven't found it as challenging because I've been able to be here enough to be able to know, and also being careful about what I'm doing out here and like where I'm going and all these things. Definitely. So that also helps too, rather than just like blindly walking into any situation. Yeah.
You already know what's going to happen with that. Yeah. And then also just a follow-up even on that, because like you've said, of course you are coming like every single year, right? But how is it like just now knowing that even like your childhood friends, I'm guessing probably like, is it easy to make friends in both sides and still have like communication? Because I think the biggest thing that probably, I don't know if it's something that you've realized, like even you posting yourself like just on TikTok has brought like a whole different community, because that's like how we've even like just been able to sit down and just have this chat.
Right.
But how are you able to balance and navigate like all those things? Like, you probably have like your childhood bestie, like on their whole other side, that is growing in a different direction, family. Probably you guys promised each other like you'll be taking your kids to school together. I've already moved to a whole different country. But just like those minor adjustments, how are you able to like just keep relationships though? If you're constantly moving.
That's a great question. Yeah, it's a great question. I still talk to my friends every day.
Yeah.
Not so much like on FaceTime, but there's so many ways to communicate nowadays.
Yeah.
So yeah, I stay in touch with my friends. Also, we're at the age now where like people are really getting into like their lives, and people are focused on work. They're focused on like their passions, their hobbies. Like I think we're starting to grow out of that age where we're talking every single day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
family.
Is everything okay out there?
I'm just trying to wonder like what the hell is going on. But now listen.
Ooh, I hope everyone's all right.
Because the thing is, I was wondering, I think it's going on for a bit too long.
Too long.
What's going on?
Too long.
I'm about to send the security guy like a text like, yo, what's going on?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we're good now. We're good.
Yeah, so I stay in touch with them. But yeah, we're all doing so many different things. My friends are in their like big girl, big guy jobs. So the demand for socializing all the time is not as much there. They also are respecting me and my space and my time. And that also leaves room for new connections and new friendships. And I've been able to do that mainly through social media. So like I've been connecting with some people that I think are doing really cool things. Their creativity is out of this world, or they just seem really chill, and I want to get to know them, and we'll get coffee or lunch or dinner, and I'm having such a great time doing that and like making new friends that way. So yeah, like I don't find it challenging at all. I find it actually really exciting.
You're kind of enjoying it, right?
Yeah, and my friends are so excited to come visit me. Let's say that I end up staying here. They're really excited.
Are you planning to stay here or relocate at some point? I know you're thinking about a lot of things.
I am.
But maybe, are you planning to stay for a year or two and then go back to the States? Because even like, what do you think even like the opportunities will be there, music-wise, fashion-wise? Because, now if it's fashion, you have probably to tap into like, more African fabrics, designs and all that. What's going on in your head, like, in terms of creativity?
There's so much going on in my head. So much.
Will you have to adapt to our style? Will you force us to adapt to your style?
I want to introduce something new.
Really?
Yeah. I'm really open-minded right now. I'm like so open-minded. I always wondered like, what's up with the fashion here in Kenya? I know it's there. Because in Seattle, people were like, there's no fashion here.
Really?
And Seattle is just known for not being a stylish city compared to the other metropolitan cities. But I was able to prove everyone wrong with that. With the Style series, which is the platform I was working on with a friend of mine.
Is that where, like, I could see, like, on your Instagram, like, a couple of places where you have, like, pictures are being taken. It's almost like a runway. It's not a runway, but it seems like an event that's happening. And you're showcasing, like, some clothes and stuff.
Fashion shows, fashion events, fashion weeks. I did fashion interviews.
So that was just all you, like, building it up from scratch, the idea, and bringing it to life.
Yeah. I wanted to do creative storytelling.
Still don't understand why you've left that behind.
I'm
confused. I'm confused here.
I wanted to do creative storytelling in the fashion world because that was my passion and still is. I think the creatives are everywhere in every industry, and I wanted to discover them in Seattle, in my city, and I wanted to show people that no, there is fashion out here. There's style out here. You just have to know who it is and where to find it. And I feel like that's the same thing for Nairobi and Kenya. I feel like there's a lot of talented creatives, fashion people out here. I just have to find them. And I would love to do that. So it would look a little different the way that I go about it. I try, when it comes to my content, I try not to do it what's the word? like the way that I like to direct content, produce it is very like what's the
conventional
word? Yes, I want to say that, but I don't know if that's the correct word. Yeah, like it's not like what you see every day.
Yeah.
Just like how when you came across my content, I was sitting outside with a microphone.
Who is this? That's like, what kind of microphone are they using?
And
that
how is it connected outside?
I was just like, I'm confused.
Yeah.
So I understand,
Yeah, so I like kind of doing things differently. So with the fashion stuff, we started off doing like after the show interviews, talking to the guests, asking them what they thought of the runway, because like with Vogue and Elle Magazine, Cosmopolitan, a lot of the major magazines and fashion platforms, it's very much like they go straight to the designer. Yeah. And these designers are really hard to reach, and it's only like the high end brands and names that you know.
And they probably
like
don't want to talk anyway, because you never see them talking about.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So with what I was doing, it was kind of breaking that barrier between the viewer and then the designer. We want to know, what's the story behind your collection? What inspired you? How did you make it? We also want to know, what did your guests think of your show? We asked the guests, we asked the models, and it was just fun. I didn't expect for it to go the way that it did, but next thing I knew, we were in New York, like backstage at some of like the biggest fashion shows, and interviewing all sorts of people and seeing all types of cultures.
New York Fashion Week,
and it had like international designers too. So
hold on.
Oh my gosh!
I just saying it casual. It's not just a casual thing that you're doing, but that's a big deal. Congrats!
Thank you.
And even getting to be welcome in such doors, it means you're doing something great already.
Thank you. I appreciate that. But yeah, so when it comes to now being in Kenya, like I'd like to kind of use that same approach, just kind of candid with everything, like conversation first, connection first. Like I think that's what makes content really authentic and fun to watch, is seeing an authentic connection happening right before your eyes. And that's what also made it so special for me, like being a host, being able to experience that and feel that. And I realized I had a passion for that, and journalism and broadcasting, which I just really didn't know was in me.
See, that's crazy, because like even like if you think about it now, you look back, like even in your content, there's so many things that you're passionate about that are art related, right? And considering your mom was doing something like now that's a traditional career, like nursing, the usual nursing, doctors, engineers, those are the jobs that we normally already know, like this is what like old school people like really believed in as work. So where did this influence come from? Because like how I'm sure she just wanted you probably to like focus on what did she want you to be, not what you wanted to be.
I was studying nursing.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay, you see, that's what I'm talking about. You see, because then again I'm like, so where did this influence come from? Because of course, as a mom, should be like, you see, this is what has worked out for me, so do this probably first, and then do whatever you want, but at least
have this to fall back on,
because I know it's worked for me,
right?
And then do your shenanigans outside however you want.
Well, I think nursing was interesting for me because I love helping people, and at that time when I was in college and in high school, I knew that I wanted to help people and impact them, but I didn't have a finger on exactly how. I'd been studying like science, chemistry, biology, all those things all that time, because I was like, well, I could be a nurse. I could be a good nurse. I think I could be a good nurse. And decided to go that route with college. But then my sophomore year, I was like, I don't even like blood. And I don't like things that smell. And
it's a tough lane to get into if you're not passion driven with it, or it's not a calling.
Exactly. I realized the passion is not there, but I've always had a passion for sales and business since I was a little girl. And so I was like, I'm just going to switch to marketing, because that's a versatile degree to have, and I could go into any industry, and I didn't know which industry yet.
Was your mom not disappointed?
Oh my gosh, I thought she would be.
Oh really?
But I called her into my room, and I was like, I need to talk to you. She's like, okay. I'm like, I don't think I want to be a nurse. And she's like, I know.
Really? Really?
She's like,
So
yeah.
you're just expecting it at some point. She's like, I don't
like,
think,
Yeah, I saw that
it's her
coming.
thing. Okay.
She's like, it's okay. What do you want to do? And I was like, I think I want to study business. And she's like, yeah, I think you'd be good at that. I was like, so it's okay? And she's like, yeah.
Like, why didn't you say anything?
I'm like,
I'd be like, yo.
Okay.
No,
So
but that's good to know that you have that support system that,
yeah.
you can at least be able to go and tell her and have that conversation with her.
Yeah, she's so supportive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's really like, my family has just supported everything that I've gone into, and I know that they trust and believe that like I'm doing what I'm supposed to be meant to be doing.
Yeah.
But
So
yeah.
you get into business, but what did you study exactly? Business management?
And marketing. Marketing first, and then management was like my my minor. And then the concentration for my degree was digital marketing.
Really?
Yeah. And so I still didn't know what industry I wanted to be in. But the thing is there's a whole other side of me that is music driven. So
Yeah, because I'm still trying to figure out like, okay, where is this music and fashion and everything coming in? Or is that something that you're still doing like with your friends?
I was in choir from like 6 years old.
Really?
All the way till end of college. I graduated.
Is
in
that church choir?
I was in church choirs, and then in high school choirs, middle school, and then there's a college gospel choir that I was a part of. So music was just consistent. Like
That was just something that's in you. So you don't even consider, it was kind of like a routine probably.
Yeah, it was more just like, it was just part of my life that I just loved, and I didn't really think of career-wise. I used to have this dream of being a singer, and then I was like, okay, I need to get serious. Like, I need to like study something. So went into business. But when I changed my major, I didn't really know exactly what I wanted to do. So I started working at like the Nordstrom next to my school, and started building my resume that way, and started working for like luxury retail, and then became a stylist, fashion stylist. And
we can't just be dropping all these random things. Like
I've done a lot.
Wait,
I
so
feel like.
when you're talking about like luxury items, what are we talking about?
Like I worked, so in Nordstrom, there's a bunch of designer brands. So that's how I started learning like designer brands, Eileen Fisher, The Row, Club Monaco, like these brands
I don't even know what that is.
There are a bunch of like these contemporary to high-end brands that like a lot of like middle-aged women and people in like their 30s and above, they all have the means to buy those clothes. So that's when I started learning about these brands, and then realized that I have an eye for colors and silhouettes, and became a stylist, and was doing like personal styling for clients at Nordstrom, and then went to a different job, went to Tory Burch, which is another designer, women's wear designer, did styling there. And then I started working from home for Amazon as a remote stylist, so styling people remotely. That was fun and interesting. And I was around 20 at the time, and then I decided to move out, and I started learning how to be an adult.
So now because you're making extra cash and everything. Okay. Makes sense.
So my college experience was very much like work and choir, and that was it. Like I didn't have like the stereotypical like college experience where you like go and party and like do all those things.
You didn't do that?
I didn't do those things. I was really sad about it for a long time, because I was like, I feel like I'm missing out.
It's going to catch up with you later. That's what they say. You better have fun when you're supposed to. And when you're supposed to.
Yeah. So I think like moving out allowed me to be able to explore the world on my own, and like give myself my own curated experience.
Have you done a bit of traveling and stuff?
Not as much as I'd like to. Like I'm saving that for a little bit later.
Americans don't travel.
They do. They don't. Like
from
a lot
one
of people
state to another.
Abroad.
From one state to
I've
another.
done that, but like I haven't gone to Europe yet. And but I'm saving that though.
No.
I feel like, why should I do that when I like am still building myself? Like I'd rather travel when I have like like the full freedom to do so. No. What do you think then?
Because you see all these things. Okay, But this is just my opinion.
Yes,
right?
state your opinion.
You know, because I'm just thinking like all the things that you're actually interested in. You're talking about fashion and style. Europe.
Yeah, absolutely.
Paris Fashion Week.
Absolutely.
Come on. Music. Even when you're talking about like just different, to just diversity. Find yourself somewhere in Ibiza if it's electronic music. Go to where? Thailand, perhaps, maybe. Meet those people who've just escaped probably the same way, like, you know, you're just trying to find yourself.
Italy.
There's so many. Ooh, Italy.
Italian fashion.
Oh, yeah.
The
How could I forget?
leather. Yeah.
All those places, you know, even if we're talking about styling people, I'm guessing if you land 2 or 3 clients somewhere like Monaco,
See, yeah, I thought that I wanted to do that, but then I realized I didn't want to be a stylist anymore.
I listen.
And that is life. Life, you try new things.
No, but all these things that you're mentioning, you're actually good at.
Thank you.
And I'm just thinking, you know, and I think also like maybe how I've always moved around. Like if I know I'm good at something, I always just push it to the wall, to the max. Because, you know, I don't want to lose that passion, probably, because you can easily lose it. You know that, right?
Yeah, but I think I keep the muscle active in different ways. Yeah. I'm not like styling people the way that I was. I was styling like 40 people a day, which was insane. I think that kind of like burnt me out.
Okay.
Yeah. But I still keep that muscle active, like in my own creativity. I creative direct shoots sometimes, and even for myself, like I still keep that muscle active.
Wait,
I could style people anytime, any day.
What kind of passport do you hold?
A U.S. passport.
So you don't even need to show a bank account balance when you're going anywhere.
I'm so sorry.
Listen, I did my first Euro trip last year.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh
did
my
like
gosh.
probably 12 countries.
Wow.
Everywhere.
How was it?
Crazy.
I bet.
Crazy. But I was somebody who hadn't traveled like at all. I'd probably just done Cape Town, Joburg, so that's South Africa. And then
lucky.
South Sudan. No. Listen, here's the thing. But even then, going to South Africa, we needed like just to show like your bank balance. What do you call it? Social economic ties and all those things. You do know the process that Kenyans have to go through to get a visa, right?
Yeah. I know it's very, very time consuming.
So
and
if you
annoying.
have like even $500 as an American, you can still just hop on a plane and go to whichever country you want.
$500 will not cut it.
No. I'm just saying, like, it's not, you won't be restricted because you have $500.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. There's like, that's really the only barrier to entry. It's just the money part of it.
So in Kenya, if you're applying for a Shenzhen visa, I'm guessing at least $4,500 minimum for 6 months consistently should be in your account. Yeah. When we know, like, even like when you look at stats and everything, they say at times, they've said, not at times, they've said like, you know, an average American doesn't have $500 in case of an emergency in their account. And you can only imagine they're asking a Kenyan to have $4,500.
Yeah, that's actually
in their
insane.
account for 6 months.
That's insane.
To show that, you know, we can allow you to go for your little trip.
That's
and then
ridiculous.
You can come back.
No, that's ridiculous.
But if you don't
maddening.
qualify. Though, I mean,
they just are making it hard. They're just making it hard on purpose.
Sit your ass in your country. Come on.
That's so.
No, but
that makes me mad.
But that's what I'm saying. If you hold such a passport, like I'm just saying, like maybe just explore.
I 100% want to.
Honestly speaking, it's not that expensive, especially if you've already lived in the States. Because I'm guessing rent in the States is crazy.
It's through the roof.
Through the roof. You can work a couple of hours, make your dollars, get paid per hour, which in Kenya you're not paid per hour. So you can kind of like save up to go and have like a little experience somewhere where you want. Today I'm doing Germany. After a couple of months I go maybe Belgium or Italy.
So you're inspiring me now.
I'm just saying, because like for me, I had to work so hard to accumulate a certain amount of money. And then that's why I said, like, you know what? I have to do like at least 12 countries. They
Yeah,
say,
make it worth it.
I've just been waiting for this.
Yeah,
So I did everything up to Ibiza, like I was in all corners everywhere. Had all the experience that I wanted to. And then now that I'm back, I was just like, now if I want to go somewhere, I know why I would be going to that specific place. Maybe to be a music experience, maybe because of the food, the people. I'd have something specific to.
Right.
But for somebody who's so talented in so many different ways, I feel like you should actually, consider doing that.
I will.
It will give you also inspiration in so many different ways.
100%. Thank you.
And even bumping into like-minded people, you just never know.
Yeah. I think that's the coolest thing about traveling is
you
don't know who you're going to meet.
Yes.
Every time I travel, I have like the craziest experiences.
Really?
Yeah, I meet really dope people and then just unexpected like movie-esque type of things. Yeah, that type of experience, it's amazing. That's why I love traveling.
So now, if I was to ask you like about just like now that you're in Kenya, even just with a few months that you've been here, like what kind of people have reached out to you just because of content?
Just because of content?
Yeah.
I mean, I've had a lot of people reach out, but, I'm very picky about who I hang
you know
out
what that
with.
says about the podcast? Hey, guys. Okay, so how do you choose though? How do you choose? Because I'm sure a lot of people like, let's do this, let's collab for this, let's do some music.
Yeah.
I'm guessing.
I mean, I just know that like not every opportunity is a God opportunity. So I try to discern. I use my discernment to decide what opportunities I should and shouldn't take.
Yeah.
When I'm looking like for collaborations, like I look at quality, I look at consistency. How did they build up their brand? Because anything that you associate with, like you're agreeing to. True. So you have to like, do your research, vet people. I look for those things and also just like try to read the type of person that they are. What
kind of person did you see me as when you're doing your research? What made you feel welcome? Like, this is a welcoming person I can collab with.
I watched your videos, like your shorts and reels, and also just the way you talk to people, the way you make them feel welcome. That's what made me feel comfortable. Even that's why I asked to talk to you on the phone first. I was like, I need to know, like,
just to feel the energy and the vibe,
the vibe
right?
check.
Yeah.
And so, that's important because again, connection first.
Yeah.
And everything else comes second. So that's what I usually do. I have done collaborations with other Kenyans creatives and artists.
Yeah.
Some have been great, some of them not so great. And I feel like I've learned and
Hold on. Don't just say something and just run away from it. What hasn't been good? You don't have to go to specifics, but you can just say like in general, what wasn't good?
Communication.
Really?
Yeah. For me, like communication is everything. Like I also feel like it's a sign of respect.
Yeah.
The way that you communicate with someone. And I also know that my time is valuable and so is theirs. Yeah. So like if you're not communicating with me on we're supposed to be collaborating on a project, and let's say this project is happening next week or in like a couple days or even tomorrow and I haven't heard from you.
Yeah.
I'm going to be like, you're not serious about this.
Yeah.
And then I like try to back out. I'll be like, okay, hey, like this might not be a good time. Like, let's try and do a different time or like, but then they're just like, no, let's do it. I can do it. And then I'll be like waiting and it gets dragged out. Then it gets postponed. And I start to get frustrated because I'm like, this isn't someone that is respecting my time.
And it's something that's been ringing in your head. Like you can't wait to do it.
Yeah, because I'm a planner, like, and I go above and beyond. Like, if I'm going to collaborate with someone, I also make sure that I have a team with me. I make sure that I have someone coming with me to help out, to assist. I have to coordinate schedules. So I take it serious. Every single collaboration that I've had, I take it really serious.
And how easy is it to like find a team of people that you're going to work with? Because you see, I'm moving solo here. Then the two of you kept asking me like, so you just do it? Yes. I'll shoot, edit, record, do the voiceovers.
Very impressive.
Everything.
Yeah.
But it's because like, and even when people ask me that, it's just because I've been disappointed so many times.
I can understand that.
So many times.
Yeah.
So like, I'm just like, you know what? I actually think I can do this. And I know I can do it better. So that's why I just like, because I don't want to fight with anyone. I don't want to force anyone to do their job.
Yeah.
And I think that's where like even maybe the American system kind of trains people to work differently. And I think even in Europe, because you're paid per hour, you know. So time immediately just becomes so valuable. Because, you know,
money.
like, exactly. So now time is money. So if you think about like the 2 hours probably that were wasted, I mean,
I'm like, I could have done this. Yeah.
Could have even just been chilling at home, resting. It could have been your resting time where you've just shut down your brain and you're just relaxing and planning actually things.
Exactly.
So it makes sense.
Yeah.
And then like now even like if I was to take it back to like just, because I always have to ask people like just about their childhood also probably. How was it like just growing up as a kid in the States, especially you grew up in Seattle as well?
I only lived in Seattle.
Really?
Yeah, I never lived anywhere else.
How was the experience there? Is it a friendly town? Is it like, you know?
Yeah, like it's very friendly.
Do you have a lot of black people there?
No.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'm a product of my environment for sure. I mean, I the struggles that I went through was like, I don't even know how to say it. Like I struggled kind of knowing like how to act. You know what I mean? Like there's like the group of like black kids. There's like a small group of black kids at my school.
And you got a 45 there.
Okay, perfect.
That's okay.
A small group of black kids at my school.
Yeah.
And like they were like athletes. And I wasn't. I was an art and drama choir kid. And so like I didn't really feel like I fit in with them.
Didn't do any sports?
I ran track.
Hey, come on, you know Kenya. Did you win? Oh wait, maybe I started the clubs. Maybe I started the clubs too soon.
I mean, I didn't like. I'll say this: I PR'd every event. I got better with time. I could have been really great if I kept on going, but
you didn't have time.
I just didn't have the passion for it. I've never had a passion of being an athlete.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Okay, we'll put the claps away for now. We'll save that for the Kenyan runners who are bringing home medals.
Exactly. I'm not one of them. Actually, my coach was so excited when he found out I was Kenyan. Oh my God. He's like, from Kenya?
Yeah.
Yep, say less. And then I ran. It was,
It was like,
he was so disappointed.
So it's not like, all of you?
It's not. It's not. I've been gifted in different ways. But like,
so you're in the arts and everything else?
Yeah.
How was that like in school, even the experience?
Oh, I loved it. I loved it. There weren't very many kids like me. Not a lot of black kids or Africans.
Yeah.
But it was diverse in its way. Like there were Asian kids, Indian, Latino. So like I formed my friend groups. In those spaces. And then I don't know, I feel like in high school I was very much like everybody's friend. And I would just get along with everyone. And that was really fun because I never really like stuck to one group. I wasn't like part of like a specific clique. I just like, I don't know, I just got along with a lot of people. Just
mixing with a lot of people.
Yeah. So, but at the same time, like I felt like sometimes I'd have to code switch, like whether I'm with like my classmates presenting. I have to sound like very proper.
Listen, you sound like you've been PR trained. You're just like, I can't say the wrong thing. Just like, let me just think before I say something. It's like,
yeah, because I know that this interview is going to come back.
Yeah.
It is.
No, true.
Anything I say on the internet will
and
come
especially
back.
like for somebody which is important because for someone like you're still trying to figure out a lot of things, where you want to land and everything. So I understand. And for somebody like me, I don't really care.
I know you don't care. The cameras are off. I'd be very candid right now.
I'm always telling people, like, when I hit that record button, just understand you're talking to somebody who doesn't really care about a lot of repercussions, because I've already solidified myself doing things on my own. Mm-hmm. That's why I can express myself, ask questions. And that's why I say, like, anything you don't want to share, please don't. Please don't. Because I need to put the interview out without, like, editing this part out, editing this part out.
See, and I know that.
Exactly.
I know that, which is why I'm trying to be
which is very smart.
Choice with my words.
I appreciate that. But also I want to ask, like, when you're a kid, but subconsciously, does it, like, overwhelm you when you're trying to adjust and even just fit into different groups, especially when you look at yourself and you see, like, you're black? Does it, like, do you think about it at all? As a kid, or no?
I used to a lot. It used to, like, really stress me out. But I was also, like, I think I found a lot of freedom in being myself. I have another one before you even answer that. Did you ever wish you were different? No, never. Never that.
Hey. That is, just say it confidently. Say it confidently.
No.
But I'll tell you why also, like, because it's also like, these conversations are also very important, because you also see, like, how other, like, maybe, let's say, younger black girls are heavily influenced, especially now we have, like, a lot of cosmetic, like, modifications that people can do. Mm-hmm. And, people choose to, like, maybe probably bleach their skin to be lighter, to probably fit in, and also just to be maybe welcomed more.
Yeah, and that's so sad.
Yeah, and like, even in Kenya, you'll notice, like, a lot of people are doing it as well.
And it breaks my heart.
Yeah,
it really breaks my heart. As I continue to grow in my platforms and everything, like, I really want to encourage younger Black and African girls to embrace their complexion and their skin.
Yeah,
because bleaching is just one of the it is a whole conversation I can have. Like, it is just, not only is it really bad for you, but it's so incredibly sad.
Yeah.
Because your skin, your black skin, is so beautiful. Like, so beautiful. It's like honey. And so I can't imagine, like, wanting to get rid of that or be lighter. And for what? Like, I don't get it.
You really opposed that.
I really don't like that.
You're
really
like,
don't.
No.
I don't like that.
But I'm asking because I've seen, like, like, even just maybe friends who've done it, and it seems like it makes them happier. Especially some of them, maybe because they want to travel to specific places, they feel like they're more welcome because, like, they're slightly brighter or lighter.
I mean, I can understand that, but still, it's just really sad.
I mean, I felt a bit of, like, people saying I'm different. That I felt in Europe, because I had never felt that, because I'd never been to, like, a country that's just dominated by, like, just a lot of white people. Mm-hmm. And, where was it? Where was I walking? Was it Italy? I was just like, why are they looking at me? Why? Wait, why? What's going on? Is it my shirt? And then it hits me. It's like, oh, I just look different. But, I don't take any offense, because even, like, most of my clients are super diverse and everything. So I'm always already used to, and I'm aware if I'm somewhere where place where people are different, they're going to look at me slightly different. So, even in Kenya, in specific places, if you go and you look different, people identify you like, okay, he's not from around here.
Yeah,
so,
I get that.
Yeah, so for me, as long as you're not touching me or hurting me, I'm easy.
Yeah, let them look.
It's all good, right?
Let them look.
Can they touch your hair?
No. No. Personal space.
Like, no. Okay, so now, because I know we're still rolling, and I don't want to milk, like, everything from the story, but I do want to touch on so many different things, because even when I touch about that leads me to something like, of course, mental health. Mm-hmm. That's something that's also mainstream now. A lot of people are advocating for it, because people are being overwhelmed with a lot of things.
Yes.
And I think that's why you even said I needed to come back to Kenya, because I felt like I would reset.
Yep, I had to recalibrate.
Yeah, even though so many other things are going on for you in the States and all these places. Fashion, we're getting into music and
The
everything.
opportunities were there.
The opportunities are there, but you're just like, no, I need to reset. I just
Yeah.
need to be at a better place and space. So how do you take care of like just your mental health and just make sure you're good? You don't lose it.
Yeah.
Because with social media also there's pressure as well.
Yeah. And I think coming here, like, there's a sense of identity that I get. And
What do you mean by that?
like, when you know where you come from, like, you don't lack like your sense of self or your identity. You know where you come from. So like, you go into now different spaces with a different type of value, like that you know you have that other people don't have. And so when I'm here, I reset. I go see my grandma, and she lives on a beautiful compound, and we do gardening together.
Yeah, I've seen you like, just doing videos with her and stuff.
Yeah. And I'm genuinely like, I think my best and happiest self when I'm there.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Cause I just like, you're with God's creation, God's nature, and you're with people that love you. That positive energy like does something to your soul.
Yeah.
And so when you come back to now a hectic place, like where I was, and going back to the hustle bustle of my life, I still had that peace. I could hold on to it. But then when you go a long time without it, it becomes the grasp is looser and looser and looser, and then you feel like you're all over the place. And that's how I felt. Like this year was really tough. Like it was so tough for me. And I feel like I almost lost myself like completely, because I was like completely just breaking apart. I'm like tearing up. And I just knew like I needed to come back here and touch grass.
So wait, what exactly happened though? Like, was it work? Is it the hours, or you just can't even explain it? What exactly just overwhelmed you?
Well, yeah, I was working the hours. That was one thing. I was working like 60 hours a week, and then on the weekends it was events.
60 hours means like probably, is that like a regular 8 to 5 or extended hours?
Extended. So I was working from like 8 a.m. to like sometimes 7 p.m.
By choice or not by choice? Because maybe, like some extra dollars, I'll be like,
no,
hey.
I had a salary. So like I wasn't getting paid per hour. Yeah. I had.
So even if you put in extra hours, it's like.
It was just extra work. Like I was doing extra work, and I was so busy because I was working my role was a 2-person role. Like I was working a job for 2 people, but under one role, because we needed to find someone else. And so I was working like an insane amount, and my job required me to move around a lot, drive a lot, lift a lot of stuff. And then I'd have to go home and do a bunch of computer work, emails. And then when I'm done with that, I have to now think of my platforms. I have to think of writing articles and editing content, interviews, booking, scheduling, all these things. And I was also growing my organization, the Style Series, to become something even bigger for Seattle, providing educational opportunities for students. I had a whole internship program that I was building, and did a whole interview process with like over 30 different students that wanted to be a part of what we were doing. And I was also going to fashion shows, and I was hosting and doing like interviews, and then have to go and like, and then, there's also life issues, family, like it all just was happening all at once right after I came back. Cause I came back end of January, and as from February to like May, it was just go. I didn't have a single weekend off. Like
when you have all these things happening, do you have space for something like a relationship going on?
I was even in a long distance relationship.
Wait, what?
Yeah. And it was tough.
Oh, like, Lord.
Yeah. So I tried, because I love love. I love being in a relationship, but it was getting increasingly difficult for me. And then if you don't pause and your body's giving you warning signs, and you don't take care of yourself, it shuts down. And that's what happened.
How was your body like? What signs were you getting?
Like headaches. Sometimes I'd feel like
headaches.
fatigue.
Oh yeah.
And also because I was having early mornings and I have to rush. I wasn't eating much.
Not eating like the balanced
I wasn't
diet
eating a
and
balanced
everything.
meal, wasn't drinking enough water. Like, I was just so about the game. Like, I just completely neglected myself. I've like never talked about this openly, but
Really?
because most people see me and they see me as like a leader and they see all these incredible things I'm doing. And I carry it like everything's like great and fine and I'm doing great. Nothing can bother me.
Until you crash out.
But I crashed out hard, really hard. I got really sick.
What do you mean?
So end of April, April was one of the busiest months of the year. And I had sang in a fashion show. I went to Vancouver Fashion Week. I was doing interviews. I was working my job. We had a huge event for work. We brought in $500,000, me and my 2 colleagues, to Real. I was just on the go. I had never been so busy, and I thought that I had been before, like the year before, but no, this month was like crazy. And again, just like wasn't taking good care of myself and crashed out. I got sick. I thought I had COVID, wasn't COVID. Turned out into like this long extended flu. I was in the hospital for a few days. Like, they couldn't figure out what was going on with me.
Your body is just shut down.
My body was just, I had a chronic migraine. It was bad. And then I couldn't work all of May.
You had to take like
I had to take time off. I had to go on medical leave. Like, it was the biggest wake-up call of my entire life.
Yeah, that's a big sign that, you need to chill out.
Yeah. And I had to cancel everything. I canceled everything. I had to cancel my internship program.
Yeah.
I had to cancel all the shows that we were supposed to do over the summer.
Oh, Lord.
I had to cancel everything. I was like, okay, I hear you. Like, I listened to my body.
So what do people say who are expecting something to go on and, Christy is off? She's just like,
I had to be honest. I had to be like, I have to take care of myself right now.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's not what I wish, but I have to take care of myself. At the time, I was also going through a lot of betrayal at the same time. Ooh. So that the mental stress that I was going through.
You said it, I didn't say it.
Yeah.
What kind of betrayal are we talking about?
Well, for one, I had thousands of dollars stolen from me.
Oh, Lord. Oh, that's the worst.
Yeah, I wanted to invest in my music career this year.
Oh, money hits different as well. Oh, and then
I wanted to invest in my music career this year.
Yeah.
And I had money saved for that. And there was a certain individual that I reached out to that told me to reach out when I'm ready to take music serious. And
meaning even have like some financial backing so that I know you're serious.
Yeah, but he was going to just essentially, like, he was going to build something like this for me with all this, like, state-of-the-art equipment. And I sent him the money for it. And,
Wait.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm not laughing.
It's comical, really.
Because, like, even today, I was just talking about with my friend in the morning. Because we're always talking about, like, do you remember how you messed up on this and lost this kind of money? Can you imagine how this person lost this kind of money? And we're always laughing about it because I'm just like, it's such a tough lesson because at times you always ask yourself, like, what was I thinking?
What was I thinking?
What was I thinking? What was I
Literally.
thinking? Why? Oh, like, if I just took like a step back and actually just analyzed and say, like, you know what, like, let me just go at my own pace. And, but you live and learn though.
Yeah, but I mean, like, this was someone that I thought I could trust. It wasn't just a stranger.
Oh, no. Listen.
So,
in fact, it's good you said that.
Yeah.
And don't forget your chain of thought. I want you to continue that.
Okay.
But it's always the people you trust.
Yeah.
That's why it hurts. Because if somebody scammed you, like right now in Nairobi, in 2 to 3 days, you'll be laughing about it. Because you'll be like, yo, come on. And people will be telling you, like, Kwani, you didn't know that's how people in Nairobi operate. Because that's Nairobi. Like, they're just kind of like welcoming you and stuff. But when it's somebody that you know, somebody that you trusted,
Yeah.
that's why it's painful. That's why it's painful.
Hurt. Yeah, it was really painful. I didn't really know how to respond to it either. So it was just because I was also dealing with myself, and like I was like, okay, I need to take care of myself, but this is also happening. And and then I had a fallout with a friend of mine that I loved this person, this friend, and we had, I don't even know what happened. She just switched up on me, and it was unexpected. And so I had to deal with that. And I just had to cancel everything. And
now you see, that now explains why you took a break. Because like when you tell me like, I just decided to take a break, I'm like, yo, listen, that makes no sense at all. Like, why?
Well, I'm glad I could shed a little bit more light like into the situation.
Which is good, because other people go through similar, not the same, but kind of similar, small kind of things. And, it makes it more relatable. They're like, oh, okay. I mean, I understand how that feels.
Yeah.
When it comes to money, I've been scammed with so many.
Well, I mean, like
people.
it's so hard to even admit, like.
Yeah, because you always just feel like it's shameful, even.
It is. I mean, even just telling my mom about it. Now she was not understanding
she was flipping out. I'm sure, like, how?
She's like, how could you?
Yeah. Like, I brought you better. She was expecting you to navigate differently.
I know, and like. It's a shame, because it's a great thing to be a trusting person, like to give people benefit of the doubt. But when something like that happens, like it just changes how you see people, and like now you think twice, and
you just be more careful.
Yeah, more careful.
Trust has to be earned.
It has to be earned.
Not just give it.
Not just given, and that's probably the hardest lesson I learned this past year.
It has to be earned.
Yeah,
like, people always like, yo, you can trust me. I know. No, you have to earn the word trust.
Yeah.
Because now you're dealing, like, as an adult, you're opening your door to, like, even just friendships. You have to understand, like, even if you bring somebody next to you, you're opening a door to, they get to know about your relationship with your family, with somebody that you're dating. Relationship with your finance. They come to your house.
Your sacred space. Yeah.
Lord.
Trusting is definitely something you have to earn. So if you're watching this and you're young and you're very trusting of people, you really need to think twice about who you let into your life and all of that. But yeah, these were all like lessons I was learning all at the same time.
Yeah.
And so after I took that time off and I went back to work in June, I just was feeling like, I have to change something. Like I need a change of environment. I need to give myself a change of environment, and amongst other things, like I just needed to come back home.
Yeah, you'll be good.
You'll
be good.
Yeah. So I did, and here I am.
Okay, now another thing, I always have questions for days, right? Like I just keep coming with them. So I've noticed you're also somebody who's, would I say religious or spiritual? Which one is it?
That's a great question.
Because I can't tell. I've seen like even like on your Instagram, but I'm like, okay, what does it mean exactly? Is she, because I haven't seen you, how can I say it? There are those people you would see like constant maybe Bible quotes and they're holding the Bible.
Right.
But I haven't seen that. But I know, like, even when you're speaking, you speak about God, faith.
Yeah.
So where are you exactly with that? And how does it help you navigate? Because I guess that's what gives you peace. Yeah.
God is literally the source of everything in my life.
Yeah.
And even just beyond me, source of everything in my family. The things he's done in my family is incredible. Yeah. But I don't really know, like, what I would say if I'm religious or I am religious and I am spiritual. Like,
do you go to church every Sunday?
I go to church every Sunday. I sing in church. I'm a worship leader.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Hey, listen, I don't know so many friends who do that. So, I mean, that's religious, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm a leader in that.
Are you born again? Mm-hmm. Well, you are religious, right?
Yeah.
I mean, just because I don't know what it means, though, but I do believe in God. I do pray, but I don't go to church because, I mean, it's gotten to a point like a lot of churches in Nairobi.
I know.
You know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And even the pastors we see online, the ones who are going crazy viral.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't want to be there. So I still do believe in God.
Yeah.
Do my prayers. but it's kind of hard to find where to go, praise, worship.
The community.
The community, exactly.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Well, I think your relationship with God is your relationship with God, and church community is important because when you have people around you that can help you, guide you in life to live according to how God would expect you to live, like that's helpful. It's great to have that support system. But also, like, I always admire those that have their own relationships with God that, you know, is between them and God, and they get to spend time with him, and they have their own methods of worship. And I think that's beautiful. It's even better when you find a friend that also can share with you in that.
True.
So yeah, like, that's the other thing. Yeah, I sing in church. I've been a worship leader since 2018.
What?
Yeah. I've sang with a lot of worship artists and done
which worship artists?
Um,
Local?
Do you know Maverick City Music?
Kenyan.
In Kenya?
That's Kenya.
No.
Oh, because
No,
I was just
this
like,
is
yeah,
not here.
I was just gonna say like, yo, wait, how far lost am I that I don't even know?
No.
Okay, no, I don't. But
I was
enlighten
leading
me.
worship in States. So I was at a church called Church Home, and I led worship there. And
Is it like a big?
It's a really big church, and they
Okay.
bring in artists. And so I've been blessed to be able to sing and do background vocals and sing with like people like Naomi Rain and Dante Bowe and a lot of artists that are doing really great things in like the Christian music industry. And so I've done that. And then I left there about a year ago and joined One Church, which is a small, like, from the ground up. They're planted church. This couple from New York moved to Seattle and been part of their community from the beginning, and now they're booming and growing into this wonderful church community. So I sing and lead worship there as well.
I mean, you can share a couple of songs, like, you know, I mean, I'm so lost in that world that I wouldn't even know this. Gospel artist, I don't think, oh wait, there's only one that I knew. Guess which one?
Kirk Franklin.
There you go. There you go. And then I was just like, yo, you're supposed to be our leader. Come on. So that's, I think, because he's the only, probably, maybe it's because also like because of influence. You know, like, of course, a lot of Kenyans, we're heavily influenced by American culture and music, fashion and everything. And it's not just Kenya, I'm guessing like worldwide. And I guess that's why, like, you know, also the dollar is kind of like used everywhere worldwide.
Right.
So even economically, there's so many reasons why we'd be influenced with that. Plus he was black. But I'm guessing like being raised, like also like going consistently to church, you kind of tap into so many other different people and artists who also probably influence how you navigate life and, you know, even do your music. What kind of music do you do?
Right now, I am completely starting from scratch as an artist.
Yeah.
I'm working on a holiday Christmas EP. So
Wow.
hoping...
Okay. So you're dropping
Yes.
something for us? Okay.
Yeah, for the first time in 4 years.
Wait.
Yeah, it's been 4 years since I've dropped something.
I don't want to say why again because, you know, what?
Well, you can understand why. I went a completely different route.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think, you know, why my why comes in a conversation. As an art person, it's art that gives me peace. Anytime I'm going through hell or anything, I'd say like, you know what, let me shoot some content, let me do like a video edit, and then I'm always doing something spectacular or unique. Because art always is just like, you know, I can always run away to art.
It's your escape.
And just create. Yeah. And I think like even most artists like kind of like use that as their fuel.
Yeah.
You know, they say like, you know, people who are heartbroken, like give us the best R&B hits and stuff. You know, like Christy Kioko, when she was going through it, she gave us some exactly Fantasia.
Yeah.
Like you get like some of the best artists like during like their hardest times. So what made you not tap into like your music, especially when, because musicians normally do that?
I had church.
Oh yes.
That was my
Okay.
art. That was my piece. That was my escape.
Oh, okay. Makes sense. Makes sense.
So I was feeling, that's why I'm saying, like, when you asked me about how, like, with styling and stuff, like if I still do that. I exercised all the passions I had in one way or another, so they were always constant in my life. With creativity, I put all of that into the fashion stuff, and with work, in my mind and business, put that into my career in fashion as well. And music, I had church, I had choir, I filled my cup that way. And I've always had a love for philanthropy and humanitarian.
Yes.
And so I also do that as well. And I don't know, I think it's kind of hard being a multifaceted creative. It's tough because you want to focus on one thing, but it's hard because you have many wants and needs, and
because you're building your own routine as well. It's not like, when you go to an 8 to 5, it's already scheduled and it's put down. This is what you're supposed to do. But as an artist, you'll always have to navigate with different things. Today you're this, tomorrow you're working. And even just with that being said, so what do you think your end goal would, not end goal, what's your plan right now? Because especially considering you've left a good paying job, good paying gig. So what's your plan on making that shmoney? What's your plan? What's your plan though?
I won't share too
much.
Much.
Are you thinking about it, or do you have something in the works?
I do.
Maybe you've even invested in a startup somewhere. Do you have some crypto? What's going on with you financially?
That's a great question. I think me leaving my job obviously was a huge risk, and I had to really trust myself to do it. And it's only been 2 months, and now I'm starting to see things come into fruition. I left with a plan. When I came here, I solidified the plan, and I've been acting on it, and it's been working so far. So I won't share too much because obviously I'm still waiting for confirmation on things, but I want to be able to do what I love full time and have that pay me. With my job, I was able to save a decent amount of money. So that's what I'm using right now. Okay, and
hold on. Anybody who uses money wisely, because I talk about finance all the time.
Yeah.
About investing, getting into bonds, getting into crypto.
That's dope.
All those things. Yeah. So I'm always once somebody starts, and it's not because I have a love for money, but I'm always saying if you're into arts, and figure out ways that you can make also passive income so that you can focus on the things that you love.
Fuel your art. Yeah.
Exactly. You'll be at peace, and you'll be happier.
Exactly.
Yeah, you'll be happier.
Yeah.
So is that kind of the situation we're talking about?
Yeah, and I have several different plans and backup plans, and if this happens, this is what I'll do. I've thought long and hard about it. But I think that's just the beauty of life, is the unknown right now. For me, I'm finding that to be really exciting. Things are just popping up, opportunities are coming. God's hand is on my life, and I can feel that, and I know that I'm in the right place and I'm on the right track. And so yeah.
Okay, nice. Of course, I have to ask about relationship. The long distance relationship, does it still exist? Does it still exist? Hey, cause health, wealth, love, and happiness.
Wealth, love,
you
and
asked
happiness.
me, so what exactly are we going to talk about in this podcast?
I did ask. I was like,
wealth, love, happiness. So, and you can only imagine, we've already done 1 hour.
Wow.
But even though we didn't just narrow down on one specific thing, we kind of been mentioning just those 4 pillars, in and out. And, of course, we have to touch on something like love, because at times it fuels people, but at times it kind of people do go through rough patches that maybe slow them down in life. But how is it even just maybe dealing with a long distance relationship? Because for me, I know it wouldn't. I've tried it, never worked.
Why didn't it work for you?
They cheated, of course.
What?
Of course. Come on now. Yeah.
What do you mean, of course? That's the expectation.
Black men don't cheat. Right? Fist bump, too late. Hey.
I don't know about that.
But you already did the fist bump, so
Because I can't leave you hanging.
You're too nice.
I am.
No, but I'm just saying, okay, no, of course, it's not I was expecting, but I kind of was expecting them to do that.
Okay.
Which it happened, of course.
So you manifested it.
No. We can't blame that on me. No.
You
We can't
expected
say.
it.
Kind of like you can tell the kind of person that you're dating, how they can, you kind of see
So then
it
why
already.
did you date them?
I didn't know that's the kind of person they were because, people put a facade before you start like now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you get to know the person and you're like, they might change. But then deep down you just know, like, I think we all kind of know. If you've been cheated on before, you don't need your friend to come and tell. That's why, like right now, let's say, if one of my friends, I saw like the girlfriend out with somebody, or like if it's a lady friend and then I see the boyfriend with another girl, I just stay out of that business.
You're like...
Because they'll both hate me. If I go and tell like, yo, I've just seen your girl or I've just seen like your guy with...
Dang.
You know how that works out, right? You're going to be the enemy.
Yeah, but you're a friend. You're supposed to...
What? Have you ever tried doing that?
I mean...
And it did backfire on you?
Well, if it's my friend and I'm seeing their significant other with somebody else and it's
You'll
my
go
friend,
and tell them?
Yeah.
You will?
Yeah.
Have you ever done it?
I've never been in that situation, actually.
Now you see? Exactly.
Yeah,
Now we
I've never
can
been in
now
that
we
situation,
can
but
have that
I would,
conversation.
like, if it's one of my girls and like...
She'll resent you.
No, she won't. She'll be
What?
so happy I told her.
Because here's the conversation. She'll go and tell the guy like, yo, my friend just told me that she saw you with...
And he doesn't have to know it's me.
Okay.
Loyalty.
But I'm just saying, like, it's kind of hard if you've already gone through it like enough times. Try telling this friend, or even maybe somebody who's telling you like they're in an abusive relationship. You can advise them like, you need to leave, right?
Right.
And you know what happens? They always stay. It's not something that we can really like, because just think about even like when you see like it on mainstream, when we hear about celebrities going through such things, the Bobby Brown and Whitney thing, and we think it's a storybook. It's not a storybook. But if you dig deep down and you have friends and family, it happens. But chances are very hard for, victims don't leave though. Maybe until it's too late or it's happened enough times, you see.
Like they're completely broken.
Yeah, because you'll see somebody with a black eye and, after a couple of months, I thought you left the relationship. No, we're back together. Mm-hmm. That's kind of what I'm talking about. So I just kind of try and stay out of people's business because, like, I haven't seen anything. Have you seen so-and-so lately? No. Mm-mm.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. I just stay away. Like, even if it was you, I wouldn't want to lose you as a friend just because I saw your guy cheating on...
I wouldn't be mad at you.
What?
Why would I be mad at you? Why would I be mad at you? You're just the messenger.
Yeah. That's why, that saying of don't shoot the messenger. Because the messenger always gets shot. Because we're talking about like people dealing with emotions and love and everything. It's different. It's not. There's no script for that thing. It's just... love is a weird thing.
Love is weird.
It's and I think even the best people to ask probably is like old school parents. At times they always see people like just walking around in love, holding hands, and then you kind of just see like your parents just with their arms like this. They're just like, they're like, it must be nice. They're just looking at it like, it must be nice. Because they know.
Yeah.
They know this is something they've lived for years, but they still kind of can't explain it.
Right.
That's why we even see like now, like even divorce rates are at like the highest peak. Think about it. Like, you look around like, and even with church people, you see so many things that are weird and you can't even explain. You're like, yo, I thought this is a church person,
Not everything is black and white.
True.
I think that's just goes with everything in life. Like, not everything is black and white.
Okay, back to this question that you're tiptoeing around. How's your relationship going, the long distance relationship?
Well, that was then at the time. Yeah. It was a long distance relationship at the time, yeah.
Is it easy to be in a long distance relationship?
I've been in a few.
Is it practical?
It's not practical. You have to have a lot of patience. And
okay.
You have to really trust the person and you have to care about them a lot. And Yeah, I think everything in life is worth a shot. If you believe that it has potential or it could be it's meant for you, it's worth a shot. So that was the situation with
You've
this.
been in more than one long distance relationship.
Yeah.
Why? Why do you choose that? Or is it
because
because you're moving around, or?
I mean, you can connect with anyone, anywhere in the world.
Wait, like online?
And so, yeah, I mean, I've been like, when I was younger.
Listen. Yeah, we want to hear this. Just say. That laugh is very interesting. When you're young, yes.
When I was younger, I had a long distance relationship with a guy that I had met like on Instagram, and I ended up meeting him in person one day.
You did?
Yeah.
After how long?
After like 10 years. That's a story for another day. I did that. It was
and it was like
innocent. Like it was
the
just,
two of you were in a relationship.
Yeah, and we would talk every day. It was like having a like long distance bestie, pen pal.
You're a very interesting person.
I have a lot of patience, I think.
Yes.
I'm willing to wait.
Do it.
Like
10
I'm
years.
the type of person that's like willing to wait for the right thing. Like
makes sense.
So that's just by the time that I had like met this person and we lived in different places and we wanted to make it work, like I had that experience and I knew that I had the resilience to do it and he was open to it. So yeah, we had our long distance relationship for some time.
Okay, and then another thing, because like even as much as you've talked about like so many different things, there's something you mentioned earlier that, there's some things that you wanted for you to have them in certain position by a certain age. Is that still something that, you still strongholdly, like, at this age, I'm supposed to be married?
I used to.
You used to?
Yeah, I used to be like that.
And then what
for
happened?
a long time in my life. And part of me kind of is still that way.
Really?
I'm a planner. So
what's your cutoff age for like, who you would want to get married?
I would love to be married at like 28, 29. Yeah, I'd like to be married
29.
before 30.
And kids?
Around like 30 or right before 30. Yeah.
Before. So as soon as you get married, you get straight to business.
Well, yeah, I'd like to travel with my husband first.
Okay.
Or maybe we could do that while
maybe
we're
for
dating.
like a year
or
or
like
2.
engagement. Yeah, like would like to travel and like do all the adult stuff without the pressure of children.
Yeah, because kids, once they're in the picture, it's a whole different commitment.
It's a whole different story.
Yeah.
But also I've learned in life that you could plan all you want, but your timeline, your days are already written. Like God already has your life ahead of you. So
True.
Like you could plan all you want, but it might not go that way. Like I thought I'd be a millionaire by 21. So there's that. Yeah. So I mean, like
wait, did you really by 21?
When I was 8 years old, I had a whole folder of my life planned out: college, marriage, kids, finances, like house, everything. I had it all planned out. Yeah, I just knew what I.
Do you still have that book right now?
It's somewhere. I don't know where it is.
You can always go back and
I'm sure I'll
reflect on
find it one day and it'll change. Like I'll find it when I'm like 40 or something, and like I'll be so touched. But I can't wait. I used to like keeping like time capsules as a kid, like for me to open when I'm older.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know where they are now. So they're literal time capsules. I don't know where they are.
You might find them. You might just still bump into them. But yeah, even back to that, like, because I think even like right now, the family culture is something that's getting almost like extinct right now. It's either a lot of single moms or people who've tried working out a relationship and it's not working out.
Right.
Like I see, and like, and it's not just around me, because I don't want to say like it's all my friends who are just like, reckless, but I'm seeing all around. Like they've actually just said like, stats to do with marriage, they're not as high as they used to be. Because now, like, let's say even like a majority of like, women are also overwhelmed with their career as well. So they can't really fend for the family like they used to nurture like they used to before.
Yeah, times have changed for sure.
Look at how many things you're juggling right now.
Yeah, now I'm not juggling really anything but myself.
Oh, okay, not right now. Not right now. Like just before you took a break.
Yeah,
like how?
My
like,
hands are in a lot of pots.
Yeah. Can you imagine probably being in that career path and you have like a boyfriend or husband and a kid?
Siwezi.
You'd lose your mind, Siwezi. You would lose your mind.
Yeah, literally.
But now if you think about it, there are people who have to navigate that life every single day right now.
I know.
Crazy.
It's crazy.
And you can't take a break from a kid. You can't say like, I
like,
need to go and reset.
In the closet.
Yeah. No, you can't.
I need a break.
So it's tricky, but those are things probably. I just wanted to know if you're prioritizing on them as much as you're still chasing your career and following your dreams.
Yeah, I think right now I'm really career focused and dream focused.
Mm-hmm.
And then I can think about all those other things later. Mm-hmm.
Not now.
Not right now.
Okay.
No, I have a lot to do. So no, not right now.
Okay, one more thing before
Sure.
we just wind up, because we can always do a part 2, because trust me, I can go on. I can do this for
there's
3-4
more.
hours.
Yeah.
So we can always just go back
There
to
is
a
more.
part 2.
Mm-hmm.
And health-wise, right?
Yeah.
Are you the kind of person who, do you exercise? What's kind of like, what's your routine like? Just taking care of yourself physically as well.
Yeah.
Because mental and physical, they kind of like go hand in hand.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So after like May, that whole time in my life where I needed to just prioritize myself, I really took that serious. I got in the gym. I was working with trainers in the gym. I got my mental health back to where it needed to get to. Went into therapy. I got a life coach. I got a trainer. I was really focusing on like making myself the healthiest that I could be. I started changing my diet, started making sure I was eating, prioritizing like time for food, making food, meal prepping, and then also like reading, feeding my mind, and taking everything off my schedule apart from my job like really opened up a lot of time for me to heal and like just really focus and help myself get back to health. Yeah. And I did that fairly quickly. And next thing you know, like we're getting ready to come to Kenya, and by then like I was in a much better state of mind to make better decisions for myself. And now that since I've been here, like my health has been like my number one priority. I'm in the gym every day. I have a trainer here. I still talk to my life coach. I started picking up tennis. And
because I've seen that like on your Instagram. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I started playing tennis. What else? I have a puppy.
Ooh.
Yeah,
okay.
So I've been taking care of my puppy. I've been doing so much better. I've been so much
That's good.
happier and healthy. And just trying to be the best person that I can be, and put everything I spent putting into building communities in Seattle and I'm doing for other people, I'm now doing for myself.
That's good. Now, one more, guys, one more. Okay, now, because as much as you're hitting the gym and everything, have you ever felt like the pressure to look a certain type of way? Because like even now online, like I think a lot of girls are just having a lot of pressure in general. That's why also plastic surgery has gone crazy. Dr. Miami is doing his thing, of course. BBL's here. You have like, what do you call them? The Botox thing as well.
Yeah.
And then there's lipo, all those things.
Yeah.
Have you ever felt the pressure to look a certain way because of other girls that you've seen on social media? Your Kim Kardashians here and there.
That
Never?
doesn't really.
But how do you detach
me.
How do you detach yourself from not feeling like you're not good enough? Because I think like that's something that's just disturbing a lot of girls right now. In general, I just see it every other day.
The one thing I'm really happy to say about myself is I don't really compare myself to other women ever. I've never had that even as a kid. Like I would admire women and like I would think they're beautiful and like I admire, but I wouldn't be like I want that. Like I want to look like that. Like I accepted myself for who I was a long time ago, and like the only thing that I'm concerned about is just improving myself. So if anything, I'm my own competition. I want to, like when it comes to like how I view my body and all that stuff, I want to be in the best physical shape that I can. And that's my idea of best physical shape is my idea of
that would
what
make
that would
you
look
happy.
like for me.
Yeah.
I'm inspired by like gym influencers and creatives that are in the gym, like doing their workouts. Like maybe like I'll look at like a waistline and be like, okay, I think I can like, we have like a similar body type.
Toning
I can make myself,
and stuff.
Yeah, like that's the closest that I'll come to like really comparing myself.
Okay.
But never in an unhealthy way of like, ugh, I look in the mirror and I'm like, I don't look like so-and-so. And no.
But you know what that means, right?
Yeah.
What does it mean?
Body dysmorphia?
No. I'm just saying like your mom did a really good job
Oh,
in making sure
yeah.
you actually love yourself and just build your self-esteem perfectly, because most of the time it's just like how somebody feels about themselves. Because I've never also been that kind of person who like looks at someone's like, I feel I need to. No, but I exercise every day. I eat right, balance my food, do meal preps as well, make sure my protein take is in proper, and I think I'm just happy. I just feel good.
Yeah, and I think because my mom's a nurse, like there was that background of healthy eating and the
making sure, because she knows she's seeing people in the hospital, so she knows like, you know.
Yeah, but I also think that I had discipline just instilled in me since I was a kid. Even with school and stuff, like never struggled in school. I was a straight A student, not because my parents forced me to, because I wanted to be. And so I think just with everything else, like it's because I want to be that way. I've never felt pressured to be a certain way by anybody. I only pressure myself.
No, that's good. That's good. Okay, and of course, I know we have to come to an end.
Sad.
Because the memory card is almost filled up. My battery is almost running out. But just even with social media content, where are you right now with your content? Because that's where I found you.
Yeah.
Will you be dropping more content? You open for collabs? Or where is your headspace when it comes to content? Because at times you post, sometimes you take a break. You do have your YouTube there. Like, so what should people expect when it comes to social media?
I think like my focus right now has just been on creative freedom. I'm reading this book called The Artist's Way. Have you heard of it?
No.
Oh,
But now, no. I'm going to do my research right now.
It's a 12-week course.
12 weeks?
It's a book written by Julia Cameron in the 80s. And it's actually really inspired a lot of successful filmmakers, writers, poets, musicians, artists. And it just helps you. It's like a spiritual path of creative freedom, or like achieving a higher sense of creative self. And so with that, like I've been putting everything I learned from that into my entire life. And like I've just seen myself blossom and be more free creatively. Like I used to overthink about my content and like put it like talking and stuff like that. But I've been doing a lot more of that on TikTok and just posting whatever I want to, and because it makes me happy, and hopefully it makes other people happy too. But mainly it's like, how do I feel about it? So doing that, and so with my Instagram, which is a little bit more curated and intentional, I will be going back to like what I love doing, which is making and editing like really good quality, like creative storytelling content about my own life this time. And I also want to still have that community aspect of getting to know people. So you might see me interviewing a little bit from now, and music, like that's the main thing. Give us something. I will. I dropped a cover in July before I came. It was shot in Mombasa, Kenya.
Oh, is that what I was seeing you at the beach, and then there was a guy with a gimbal and okay. So I dropped that, and that was my first thing since 2020. So I want to do more stuff like that and build myself now as Christy Kioko, like the artist, more than Christy Kioko, the event planner, host, fashion writer. Like I'm all those things, but I want to solidify more of my own personal brand, and so my content will reflect that. And my family started a YouTube channel. Hey.
We started a YouTube channel.
Plug the channel then. In fact, plug the channel. Tell the people where they can find you, because we definitely have to wrap it up.
It's time to go. Anyways, you can find us at the Kioko family on YouTube or Keeping Up with the Kiokos on YouTube. We're going to be posting like weekly episodes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And if you want to find me, it's Christy Kioko on all platforms. And yeah, just stay tuned.
For more. And then if there's any tip you would give, like, any young girls on just how to navigate life, even when they're feeling they're stuck and everything, what tip would be? What tip would you give them just to navigate life when they feel like they're stuck?
Always know that it's going to be okay. Like, I think that's the one thing I always forgot. Whenever things felt like they're just falling apart, I'm like, oh my gosh, the world is ending. Your world is not ending. You're actually learning something. If you're not winning, you're learning. And so figure out what is it that the universe, what is God, what are you supposed to be learning from whatever it is you're going through? How can you overcome and what can you take from that? And once you figure that out, you'll find yourself maneuvering out of it. And next thing you know, like you're going to be one day you're going to be like, oh, I was so stressed about this one thing. And now I'm doing a lot better. And you never thought that you'd be there, but here you are. You're going to be okay. Everything's going to be fine. Yeah. And don't worry. Just trust the process, trust yourself, and go at your own pace. Don't feel like you have to conform to the pace of the world. Go at your own pace. Life is not black and white. It is how you live it, and it's different for every single person. So, yeah, that's what I've learned.
For sure. And, of course, definitely want to thank you for just coming through. I mean, if you ever want to knock out another episode, trust me. I mean, I can call you for a monthly, but I don't know if that's going to be your thing or it's going to overwhelm you. But I'll just, ask you again, like, whenever you feel like you have time and you want to do an episode, you're always welcome.
Asante sana.
Karibu.
Asante.
Okay, so till next time, guys, we have to say goodbye.
Bye. This is
The Kiss podcast is your gateway to holistic growth and personal transformation. Together, we'll unlock the secrets to living a life of health, wealth, love, and happiness. So make sure to tune in every week and join us as we explore the essence of what it means to truly thrive. And lastly, show us some love and support in our social media platforms from Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, basically all the social media platforms that, support podcasting will definitely be there. Even with the short clips and reels, you can find us there. And lastly, don't be shy with feedback, suggestions, or any questions that you might have in regards to the episodes or our podcast. It's the Kiss Podcast. Goodbye.